To be a shaper in New York, you're always trying to find a place where you can do this thing, right? And there's all these ways that you can make it happen. I've seen people shape in basements. I personally started shaping on a roof, you know? In New York, you're finding ways to make it happen. Everyone in this city is just like going full on and giving it their all. We are in a mixed-use sculpture studio, more or less, where everything from pattern making, mold making, casting, all that goes down. So yeah, you look around, there's like remnants of some molds, some castings. It all goes down here. This space in the 9 to 5 sense functions as the sort of sculpture space. So there's remnants of other things that go on, but as soon as 5 o'clock hits, it basically turns into a shaping bay. Since the beginning, I always thought of the surfboard as this like sculptural object, and that's almost cliche at this point. A lot of people say that. I'm not a fan of the like, it's a work of art. I have a very particular concept of what art is. I think art is wholly functionless by virtue. So to call it a work of art, it's not. To me, it's not. But the beauty of it is the functional component. Despite the fact I may be employing a lot of my sculptural practices when I'm making this thing, I'm mostly fixated on the like sort of functional component. It's that thing that makes it not art to me, right? An edgeboard is often described as 2 boards in one. You have a planing hull and a displacement hull. It combines the best parts of each board system into one. This was the first asym edgeboard that I made, and it kind of sent me down a new rabbit hole. It's got essentially a deep edge concave on the toe side, and then on the heel side, it's almost like a triplane with a little concave in it. The whole approach to the toe side is extremely different than the heel side, and the essential principles are: toe side, we're going to get a lot of speed, a lot of drive, and heel side, we're going to get hopefully good maneuverability. This wave was on that board back there, and when you get that feeling of being completely elevated out of the water in the way that the edgeboard sort of does. And to me, that photo illustrates a feeling more than anything. So just like almost weightlessness, like flying. And you know, it was a decent day, but you don't see those too often around. My process is kind of unique because I have to sort of shape completely from start to finish the bottom of the board, the edge part of the board, because you're looking to accommodate the rail as it comes up. So I'll start with the outline. Once I cut the outline, the center plane, which has these series of concaves that create a lot of the lift in the board, I'll shape that part. And once I shape that center concave, then I start shaping the edge part of the board. And that starts to set up the rail condition and things like that. And so once I've shaped the whole bottom of the board, and then this part of the process is pretty standard. You know, I shape the deck and do all the finish work. To ride a board that I made myself, that's kind of the important part of the journey for me, more or less. You know, you could surf, right? You can ride waves on someone else's board, but when you're in dialogue with the object that you made while you're riding the wave, you're constantly going through these ways. You can adjust, you can like evolve the boards. Your surfing evolves with the shapes you're making. So once I started this journey, it sort of transformed the way I think about surfing, and I think everyone should do it at some point in their life, right? You know, having that like sort of relationship between the object you made and how it functions, and sort of getting that feedback, it's a really amazing experience. good.